We'll call this meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Snellings.
Present.
Ferris.
Here.
Barons.
Here.
Keating.
Present.
Bikeman.
Present.
Throm.
Here.
Schrader.
Present.
Garacki.
Present.
Quorum is present.
Now we'll move on to the approval of the minutes.
Move to approve the regular minutes,
Second.
August 25th, 2025 is written.
Second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There you go.
Now we'll move into public comment. Comments in this portion of the meeting will be held to a maximum of 5 minutes. If you are not scheduled, and if you're scheduled, you will have 15 minutes to speak. Prior to any public comments, make sure you let us know who you are and which ward you're in.
Good evening, Acting Mayor, City Council, City Administrator, and good to see you again, Mr. Sunderland. My name is Robin Rose, Ward 4, I believe. I think. Anyway, I am here to discuss something that happened last week on the corner of Center Street, which would be 36th and 11th Street. It was after school had just let out, and there were young children at the crosswalk waiting to cross the highway. And you know, at that time, it's pretty busy. But I stopped my vehicle that I was in, put on the emergency flashers. It came to a complete stop, and I had 3 vehicles that were behind me just zoom around in the, I guess it would be called the parking lane.
Like to the right?
Is this headed north?
Yeah, I was heading west.
West, okay.
So, you know, I got to thinking about that, and it's just pretty dangerous for these little youngsters to get across the highway. I'm thinking, you know, maybe something could be done. I'm not for sure what, but I would certainly volunteer to be a crosswalk guard. I don't know. Let's see, now to the east at the Catholic school, there might be a stoplight where the young children can push to get across the street.
They actually walk them across.
I was going to say, they get them
stop
across.
traffic.
Does
Oh,
the
really?
elementary
A
school
teacher-
not have
yeah.
crossing guards
teacher-
anymore?
They do.
Yeah, they do.
The elementary doesn't,
They don't?
They don't, not at all?
Not
St. Gregory does it.
Not at the highway.
not at the highway.
They used to have them at
Close to the
at the 10th and Center.
They're encouraged to go to 10th and Center and use the stoplight, but a lot of
Yes.
them do not.
And they used to have crossing guards that come
They
out
don't
there.
have, not anymore.
Okay, well, thank you all. Have a great evening, and, you know, like if you wanted to get a volunteer group, like the Sparklers, that kind of clean up the downtown area, well, write me down. I'll stand out there with a stop sign.
I would say go talk to the school and see about getting a group and
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that would be the school's responsibility, or I thought maybe the city. But anyway.
they used to do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they, for some reason, decided not to.
They have the same problem down at the high school, now they have an officer down there just standing, getting license plates without his car, because they're,
Oh,
Okay, sounds like a great idea. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you, Robin.
I would ask that students try to use the 10th Street crossing for the highway. It is a much safer crossing than going across 11th Street.
Is there anyone else here for public comment? No, just hold on. You're on the agenda.
You're up. Shortly, Pat. Shortly.
So if we don't have anybody else, we'll move on to notice and hearings. I don't think we have any notice and hearings. So now we'll go on to the business and discussion. First one up we have is MHS Homecoming Parade and Pep Rally request, October 3rd. We had down that Zane Smith and Jeff Cook would be here. I
Don't see him.
Nope, none of them are here.
don't see them here, so is there any thoughts on that?
Request.
Second.
It's moved in second. Is there any further discussion?
Based on the conversation that we had with the police chief, the request should be basically the same as last year. And that went pretty smoothly last year.
Okay. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
8-0.
Motion carries. Now we have a parking spot temporary closure, Old Courthouse for repairs on September 8th through November 30th, 2025. Pat Ellenbecker, please come up.
Pat Ellenbecker here for the Marshall County Historical Society. We're re-roofing the old courthouse. It's in real bad shape. Limb hit it. I don't know what tornado it was, 2022 or something, that damaged a lot of it, so we're just gonna get the whole thing replaced with some synthetic, shape-looking, slates. And we need an area, it's a chapel roofing outfit. They're okayed by the state of Kansas, the Historical Society, to redo this kind of stuff. And the shingles are approved too. We've got them already here. And, what they're asking, I talked to the guy, it's chapel roofing out of Fairbury. He needs 50 foot on the north side of the south side of Main Street, but right next to the building there somewhere, like 50 foot there, and 50 foot on the east side. And they just had some storm damage to a bank, so it's gonna be prolonged for about 2 weeks here before they get down there. But just asking if we can block that off. 50 foot on the the east side of the old courthouse, and 50 foot on the north side. And I don't know exactly where on the north side. I'm assuming it's up there by the corner of 13th Street and Main Street, but I have no idea.
Are you needing anything from the city as far as barricades or traffic cones or anything like that?
Will be, if possible, I could talk to them and see if we can get something. It looks a little more official than anything we put down, because all we would have is cones, and people tend to move them.
I would say if we can get some anticipatory signage, letting them know, hey, this is when this is coming. I don't know if that's
Oh, yeah.
standard, like parking will be closed, or starting to be closed here to here.
With it starting today, with the request,
Yeah.
do you still want an end date on there?
I wouldn't put
Do we
it
have
in
an
there.
Yeah,
official
I
end
would
date
say-
on that?
It will depend on the weather.
Yeah, 100%. I would say.
Until
yeah.
completion.
Yeah.
Seal down, and it's, like,
So it doesn't have to be real hot.
asphalt,
Yeah.
doesn't have to do that, so.
Yeah, just until.
And then your request only says the south side of Main Street. Are you amending your request to be the,
East side.
west side of,
Yes,
what is that,
13th?
13th Street?
yes, 13.
Okay.
13. It'll probably be closer, well, it has to be almost by Main Street, because it gets too tall a curve. to go the other side.
That's something we can help out with, Joe.
Yeah, we'll be able to get barricades, and if there are events during this time frame, we'll be able to borrow them from elsewhere, so we'll be fine on barricades.
I move to approve the request with the amended west side of 13th.
Second.
So we have a motion on the floor. It's been seconded to approve the request. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
8-0.
Motion carries.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks.
Now you can leave.
Okay, now we'll move on to the consent agenda.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Second.
So there's a motion on the floor, it's been second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
8-0.
Carries. Presentation of ordinance number 3855. Yeah, I need to pick my glasses out.
Move to approve appropriation ordinance 3855.
Second.
$652,912.37.
Second.
Any further discussion? If not, roll call.
Snellings,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Behrens,
Yes.
Keating,
Yes.
Beichman,
Yes.
Rom,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
Gueracki,
Yes.
8-0.
Okay, now we'll move on to the city administrator's report.
Okay, so last meeting, we passed an ordinance on 6th Street for no parking. Our street department accidentally painted an extra 2 blocks from what the ordinance says. We painted it from Carolina up to May Street instead of Calhoun to May Street. So we can easily try to get rid of that painting. Or if the street committee wants to meet, of course, we could continue talking about no parking in that area. Either way, we can make that decision later. Just wanted to get that in front of you guys.
I noticed that, but
Yep.
I don't think, when I came tonight, I don't think anybody parks on that side of the street anyway. I think
In general, no,
we
but
need-
in order to have it painted, we would need to have an ordinance in place for no parking.
To legally have it
Yes.
painted.
So can we just amend the ordinance we already did?
We would,
You could.
yeah.
Just extend the ordinance. Just Fall Street Committee meeting.
Yeah.
Honestly, we thought it was the intention to have it there
Yeah.
in the first place, so, it was our fault that we didn't catch it in the ordinance. So we'll go ahead and get that amended for next time.
I think it's cleaner if it goes all that way, you don't have
It goes
any,
right to where it goes off, up into the yards, so yeah.
Do we need to have a committee meeting to amend that?
No,
No.
but if you wanted to discuss it, but if you just want it amended, we'll go ahead and
Just
bring it amended next
bring it
time.
in.
yeah.
So, yeah.
It looks nice.
It does. That's pretty yellow, the whole street.
Tomorrow, we're having a mandatory meeting for all those that are interested in the stormwater RFP. That's for the stormwater study for the 7th Street corridor. It is a mandatory meeting for engineers. So far, we have had good feedback from them. And so we're hoping about 7 or so join the meeting. So we'll see what that ends up being like.
Is it Zoom?
It's via Teams. It'll
Okay.
just be Kent and I on it with the different engineering groups. And then the Youth Advisory Committee is meeting on Wednesday. We've already sent out the agenda for this time, but just as a reminder, if there are any items you would like on the business and discussion list, please send them to Sammy or I, and we'll forward them on to the president of the Youth Advisory Council, so that way they can start discussing them. And then we have added a new feature for our newsletter. Prices for postage just continue to go up, so we are going to start offering an online version via email. Please call into City Hall or email individuals in City Hall if you would like an email copy instead of a physical newsletter, and we'll get it to you that way. And then this weekend, of course, was Gravel Dash. We welcomed about 400 riders into town, so It was a good opportunity to show off Marysville, really show off what our city is capable of, really show off what the area is capable of with them going around the county and the next door county. But then also with the running events as well, the 5K and the half marathon. Very good opportunity for everybody to see Marysville. And, you know, I'm just really appreciative of all the volunteers and really appreciative of all the businesses downtown. So, that is all I have.
Okay, with that, we'll move on to standing committee reports.
All we had was an admin finance meeting. At that meeting, we met with One Marysville in regards to the transient guest tax contract for convention and tourism services. It felt like after that meeting, we came to an agreement on the length of the contract for what the city felt we were capable of doing, and that was about 3 years. And we are still working on the lease for the real estate, so the building that that One Marysville is at right now. And then ultimately, we still just need to decide on what is the actual dollars of the contract. We were starting at about 90,000, and I think they were starting at 100,000. So we just got to find where to meet at.
I think they're at 115, right? I think. Am I wrong?
I think at one point it was 110.
Yeah,
but
maybe 110.
yeah.
So you're just gonna have continued discussions? on
Yep.
this?
Yep. We'll have to set up another meeting sometime. We have we have kind of a date of September 20th to have only negotiating with them. However, you know, our plan is to continue negotiating with them on what the contract could be. So we have up until then, and then we could look at other groups if there were other groups, or open it up. However, I think the intention of the committee is to continue with that process right now.
And Luke was looking about the
Commercial real estate.
commercial
lease.
real estate lease, yes.
Yep. Otherwise, I believe Councilmember Gracke had asked for a Parks and Rec committee after the pool season. Would you like it to be?
It doesn't have to be immediate.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that there's some housekeeping items taken care of before next spring, just to.
Okay. More as far as like
Oh,
improvements?
Like the sand.
Okay. Okay.
That sort of stuff. I'm not sure when that can even take place as far as their timeline, but I'd like to have it maybe somewhat in place before start getting this spring,
Yeah.
so at least have a conversation about it.
Was there any other problems with it that we needed to have
There's
fixed?
a welding spot that needs to be taken care of.
That's what I was thinking, there was something else.
I think when they looked at the trough, there were 2 leaks. There was one on the north side,
That's
and then
the
I
big
think
one.
there was one on the west side of the swimming lanes as well. So
Maybe due for like the slide rehab, like resurfacing.
it's something that we'll look at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't, I'm just trying, off the top of my head, all the discussions we've had over the last year, so.
Yep. We're also looking at whether it's better to resurface or repaint.
All good things.
Do you have a paint for slides?
Yes.
Sorry, resurfacing or repainting the pool. Yeah. You can also the slides. Yeah.
Really, that
Yep.
paint, that all stand, all that slide.
Okay, anything else? I don't think so.
Nope.
All right, now we'll move on to the city attorney report.
Don't have too much to add. I was going to speak a little bit on the admin finance meeting, but I think Josh sufficed that correctly. So hopefully get a draft of a lease started in the upcoming days, and we'll get working forward on that.
Thank you. We'll now move on to executive session. Do we have a need for an executive session?
Yes. I move the city council recess into executive session for consultation with an attorney on matters deemed privileged and an attorney-client relationship about litigation or claims against the city to KSA 75-4319B2. This meeting will include the mayor, city council, or the acting mayor, city council, city administrator, city attorney. The open meeting will resume in the city council chamber at 7:30.
Second.
Motion's been made. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
You don't.
That was yours, Josh. Mine's safe.
Josh.
So no binding decisions made after the executive session. We'll now move on. I'm assuming that's the only need we had? Okay, now we'll move on to council comments. Lori?
I got nothing. The citizen that mentioned the hole behind the mutual insurance wanted to thank the city, the workers. There was such a prompt action, and they were very nice and responsible. So.
Good.
Nothing.
Colleen? The only thing I have is my wife and I we were sweepers the second half of the gravel dash, so that means we followed people from Seneca to Marysville, helping anybody out and whatnot. I was amazed how many good comments we got, not just on Marysville, but just the county in general. But I think overall that's a good event. We need to do everything we can to support it in whatever ways we can. It would be great to see the trail completed because I think it would make a big difference on how that plays out. And then the only other thing I have, can I send that around?
Sure.
1178 Dawson. This individual has requested some help. What you're seeing there in the first picture is part of the I guess it'd be the north side of the catch basin. What's happening is the water is coming down Dawson Drive. The catch basin is taller than the street, so it goes around the catch basin and then goes to their yard and cuts a rut. You'll notice that part of the drainage tube is actually exposed at one point. I think that's about 8 foot down. I think it's something we got to take care of. I don't think it's a terribly expensive thing. You will notice that he bought some concrete, I'm going to call them parking barriers, to put in there himself. But I think it's something that we really need to take a hard look at. That's all I have.
I don't have anything. 15th Street, are we gonna get that shut or not, or what's the deal? Today there was quite the difficulty there at 3:30 with the school buses and the traffic, and they had two of their trucks trying to back down the street, and there was cars trying to make the corner off the highway. I think we just need to pull the plug and close it off the highway.
Okay. You're talking about going up north? Yeah, going to north. Okay.
Going north there, and the same, because if those guys are backing down because they were going up and then backing down the street to get close to the Traco, and, cars were trying to get off 36 to go north, and it's not working. They're so close right now to the 15th Street. I know there was a street closure posted last week, but nothing was up, and
Okay.
I think we just.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we posted street closure because we were told it was gonna be closed
Yeah.
today, so it was not closed.
We do it, I don't know who
Okay.
needs to do it, but we
We'll
need
go ahead and make sure
we
that
need to
it's
get
closed.
it shut down,
Yep.
because they were backed up on the highway for almost 4 blocks today, trying to go east. Waiting for a couple cars to get around off of that, so.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
And the other thing I had, the school crossings, I know Will's been down and worked on it. Is it just bad, or? do
We are
need more?
replacing all of the batteries with
Okay.
new ones. They are as old as those crosswalks
Okay.
are. So we're hoping that will fix it.
Okay.
Ultimately, if it turns out that the solar panels are not charging due to not having enough light, we need to look at other solutions. The one that constantly does not work has a giant tree over top of it.
Yeah.
So,
The flasher?
Yeah.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
there, I know we have electrical and stuff in the park, is there no way to get?
That's one
electrical?
thing that we would want to look at, is potentially just wiring that one. I wasn't here during the conversation when they were put in, so I don't know if there were issues with doing that originally.
I know at the game Friday night, when we were going across the road, the ones on the east side worked, so everybody was stopping, but the ones on the west side were not working, so the cars kind of,
Which one were you on? Were you on the south one or the north one?
south one, the one on
I
Spring
noticed
Street.
that on Friday as well.
Yeah,
So-
but it was funny, because it was lit up on the east side, those cars had stopped, but nobody on the west side, they just kind of kept going through, and it's like, okay, come on. So, that's all I have.
Okay.
Well, I hope everyone had a happy Memorial Day. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make homecoming parade this year, so I'll be somewhere racing, or my son will be racing dirt bikes, so you won't see the Semper Fi Bulldog this year, unfortunately. But it's always a good time. I hate to miss it, but just scheduling conflicts always happen. But it's good to see the city taking care of things promptly when they're brought up by citizens, so that's always good to hear that they're happy and they felt heard, and, you know, so it's definitely appreciated, so please pass that along to the appropriate departments, and that's all I have.
I just want to extend a thank you again to all the Gravel Dash volunteers and everybody that helped make that event possible. It's like Keith said, Jeff said, it's a great event for this community, so just keep it going. That's it.
Oh, with that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. This is the shortest one.